I've just taken a swing trade that is either going to lose me $350,000 or make me $700,000. In this video, we're going to be breaking down that whole process, and I've got a lot to share behind the scenes. So I actually had not told Andrea about this trade until yesterday. We were actually sitting in this coffee shop yesterday and I told her about the trade for the very first time. Before we jump in, I quickly want to show you exactly where I'm sitting in the trade. It is Sunday, the markets are closed, and consequently the market is at a dead standstill. You want to tell them, maybe they can't see it on the screen, how much are we up?
213,808. Is that dollars?
Dollars.
Dollars up.
Okay.
Blue is up.
So we took a buy at 4084, which is a key level that I was talking about in the market. And the market is currently sitting at 4218. Now, I've been sharing this exact trade with my community. I shared it going into the trade, why I took the trade, my reasons for taking the trade. And then I've been doing video breakdowns about how I've been feeling in the trades. But that's not what this video is about. That whole process is shared with my community. If you're a community member, just go click on Justin's Trades inside of the Money Tribe app, and you'll see all my video updates on this trade as it happens. I opened this trade on Thursday, the 11th of June. It was a day before we were leaving for Malaysia. I normally don't share all of my trade setups with Andrea. I usually trade, and somewhere during the month we'll update each other. But on this specific trade, I didn't say a thing to Andrea for very good reason. I didn't want any outside influence in my thinking. I didn't want any outside influence in terms of my emotions in the trade. And for the first time, I actually told Andrea yesterday, to her shock, because it is a massive trade. I'm exposing myself to potentially a $350,000 loss, which in the trade I've already accepted the potential that I've actually lost. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I really want to talk about, first and foremost, why I've taken the trade. I've taken the trade not for the money. I've taken the trade to stretch myself emotionally and to stretch myself as a trader. I've reached a level of comfort with the trades that I take in the market, which are generally short-term, momentum-based scalps. I make a lot of money doing it. And I've earned the right to take this trade because the entire year I've been building equity to take a trade like this. And for the entire year, I've been looking at this specific trade. I've been calling out the swing trade for months on end now. And the time finally came and I had to grab my balls and I had to take this trade. Win or lose, this won't be a loss for me because I'm learning a lot being in the trade. Secondly, this is about the process. It's not about the outcome. Can I push myself to endure drawdown in these swing trades? And can I trade environments where I'm not in control? So typically, as a momentum trader, short term, if the momentum of the market moves against me, I'm out. With a swing trade, I entered that trade in on Thursday. If I'm still in the trade a week from now, the entire world could have changed and shifted. And I have to deal with the fact that the trade could go for me or against me, and I have no control in that. What I have control over is the process and the emotions in the trade. So that's a little bit of an update of the trade. I want to now just bring this conversation to Andrea and I. So Andrea and I are going to have a conversation very similar to the one we had yesterday and just bring you guys up to speed, because I think what very few people realize that when they're in the trades, their family's in those trades with them. Your ups and downs, your highs, your lows, your moods, your happiness when you're winning, all of those things generally play into the general atmosphere in the home. And I think there is no better reflection of where I am as a trader than to truly get Andrea's input and her view on things. So first things first. How do you feel about that number on the screen? Honest reflection. How do you feel about that number on the screen?
I don't feel anything.
But you did yesterday.
No, I didn't feel anything because I listened to your videos and you have accepted that if it's a possible loss, you've written it off. And if it's a possible win, you're going to be, the same.
So when I played those update videos for you, which I've been sharing with my community, I was watching you watch the videos and you had a reaction. What was that about?
You said you were going to take side trades while this one's going on.
Okay. Not side trades. I'm going to
Whatever you
continue
call-
my normal trading.
Yeah, and
which is
I
my
just felt like
short-term
you,
momentum
like,
trade.
what are you doing? Like, you kind of,
Yeah.
you're like all in now, and there's other stuff you're doing. I don't know.
Well, I'm not all in. I've exposed myself to potentially 25% of the equity that I've built up from January till now. I could lose in this trade. But that's the market's money. It's not my money.
Yes, I understand that.
And I'm very calculated in the way I've done that, right? So you definitely had a little bit of a reaction yesterday.
Yeah, I thought you should sit on your hands quietly and just eat sandwiches
But
till this is over.
that's not entirely true. Yesterday you said something to me about if you were in the trade and you woke up on Friday morning as up over $200,000, what you would have done.
Oh, take my money out the market, because if I'm winning, it's a good risk. Like, all the risk is gone.
Yeah.
I am winning. Take
Yeah.
what I have and just leave. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Play it safe.
And do you understand that that is part of the reason why I'm a successful trader at this point? Because that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been taking those guaranteed profits out of the market. But for me to take the bigger trades, I've had to earn the right by building up equity to do it, number one. Number two is that for me to become the kind of trader I want to be, and we spoke about this yesterday, this is not about the money. This is about me doing something that hasn't been done before. And it is something that drives me. This is about me stepping into future me and starting to stress and stretch what I'm capable of doing.
Like we discussed yesterday, you have a habit of stretching and pushing yourself. Every time you reach a new level and you've been successful on that level, you go, what's the next level? So this is where we are at this point. There's always a growth spurt. There's always an investigation that happens. And then what you do is, so let me give you an example. When you surfed like a normal person, and then you surfed the biggest waves, and then you came out with cuts, broken toes, broken collar, like, it was endless. Okay. There were many injuries because you need the next level. You need to get to the top, till you die. It's just the way you are. It's the same thing here. So you've mastered the level you're on, in my opinion. I don't know, but from what you're doing, you're telling me again, I'm done here. What's next? This is the next thing. And the way that I've recognized that you take on your new growth phases, you put yourself in a position where if there's pain, it's going to be the deepest pain.
Yep.
If there's celebration, it's going to be the highest point of celebration. And by taking a trade of this scale,
Yeah.
you are doing that, even though it's risk-free actually, because you have...
Because I think you know this about me. I'm inherently always going to make sure that I take the least amount of risk, even when I'm taking the most amount of risk.
Yes. So you definitely are smart about what you're doing, but it is still, money on the table. Okay?
It's just money. Okay, listen.
I guess it's just money. Like, if we were homeless, it wouldn't be just money. So,
but we're not. That's the thing. I'm in a position where our bases are covered. I can afford to take these risks.
I know.
I've been waiting my whole life to be in a position to take these kind of risks. Calculated risk, but the risk are those. If you don't take risks, you don't get reward. I mean, if I didn't approach you, as an example, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, right? That's a risk. If I didn't try trading,
it's just the level of the risk. But this risk you took is you've done it responsibly.
Yeah.
You haven't taken away.
But you were quite shocked yesterday when I told you.
Yeah, I just wondered how you go to sleep at night, not like looking at the chart.
So let's talk about that for a sec, all right? Have you noticed any emotional difference in me now that you know I've been in this trade? You didn't know I was in the trade, but
no. You've been as cool as a cucumber, but I have a feeling it's because you've started to take your trading like as seriously as your businesses. So with your businesses, you've got a spreadsheet for everything. You know everyone's story. You know who's on leave. You know who's acting up. You know who's performing the best. You know every single thing. You've done the same thing with your trading. You've started journaling.
Well, I've always journaled, but I think what you're seeing now is that I'm putting 4 or 5 hours a day into journaling. I'm journaling at another level now.
You've taken it to something, I don't understand what you're doing, but
Yeah.
it's become like an obsession. You're running it like a business.
Yeah.
You're also judging yourself like the way you do in your businesses, like your own performance. So when I start seeing you do that, I realize that it's you're ready for the next level and you're going to the next level. I know that.
Yeah.
It's simply a matter of time.
Win or lose,
there's only
I
two
will
things
take
that will
lessons
happen
from
here.
this. Yeah.
You are either going to lose and then learn the biggest lesson, as always. I should have mastered that one thing. But you would only understand that lesson, you truly, if you take a giant loss. Or you'll win and you'll understand I'm in the right place and this is what I duplicate and this is what I continue doing.
Yeah, I think you're right. The win is confirmation, the loss is lesson.
It's literally like trading. It's confluences and
Yeah.
whatever the other opposite is.
So I definitely feel like I'm more emotionally like even killed in my trading a lot more these days because of journaling and self-reflection. I think we've even spoken about this. I'm a lot more self-reflective these days.
You're someone else, actually. You are so different from the man I married.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. I've always hoped for you to be this person on an emotional level.
Yeah.
Because you have so much more control of your emotional self. I've always wanted that for you. And I thought I would be the person that makes you do that because I am that way and I thought I could help you get there. But what I've done is actually just do my job so you could focus on what the things you need to do.
Look, I think environment's important. I think, again, contextually, most people, if they had to go through what I've lived through, my experience in life,
I don't think they get this far.
Well, besides it, I think there's naturally some emotional trauma.
Yeah.
And I think the way we deal with that trauma is different, right? Some people become introverted, some people become extroverted, some people be emotionally highly reactive, some people have no emotion. For me, I was very extroverted and very emotionally reactive to everything around me. Whereas these days, I'm a lot more introverted and a lot less emotionally reactive. In fact, I'd almost go to a point of saying, not that I don't have emotions, but I've regulated my emotions to a point where it always comes down to the logic of it for me. And everything is a checklist for me. If I've got the confluences, whether it's trading or not, if I've got reasons to support my decision, then I will live with the outcome irrespective of that, because I can then look at the reasons afterwards, win or lose in the situation, and figure out, could I have done something better? Could I have done something different? And then that becomes a lesson, right? So, I mean, obviously, I think what you're saying is true. I have to stretch myself like this to have the big breakthroughs. It is a big part of it, and I realized it. And that is also, I think, one of the reasons why I shared this trade, and I'm actively sharing every part of the journey with my community, because it's a way of holding myself accountable as well. I can't back out of this.
Well, when I saw that you made it very public and you didn't tell me, and I know why you didn't tell me before you went in, because I would have said, don't do it, obviously, because I'm so against any risk.
Yeah.
But the reason why you do these things, it's very natural for you, because what you're doing is what you call neuro-linguistic programming. What you're doing is actually putting yourself in this situation where you can't back out. Everyone's seeing it, and the pain is going to be real. If you make a mess here, if this doesn't go your way, you're going to feel it. It's going to be like when you do this, if you smoke, you know?
So I think the only thing I could fail myself on at this point is if I close that trade ahead of time. If I close that trade ahead of time,
you can't do that.
Or if I moved my stop losses ahead of time, I will have been dishonest with myself. And that's part of why I shared this.
But you've trapped yourself in a place where you're forced to follow your process now.
I'm now forced to follow my process. And I think that's part of my secret in life, is I put myself in positions where I have no other option.
Yeah, you're the kind of person that gets cut in the forehead with a surfboard fin and then super glues yourself shut and goes straight back out. You're the kind of person
True story, by the way.
You would have a dislocated shoulder and then use a wall to push it back in place.
True story,
You are that kind of person. So this is definitely your style. I know this. It's like, if you didn't do this, I'd be like, there's a different person in my house. But you've improved. This is your style, but you've improved so much emotionally.
Yeah.
You've become so much more tolerant and even keeled. trading has actually made you
Better.
such a great person. I mean, I'm saying it like this as if you were a terrible person, but
That was
you were
difficult.
very
That was difficult.
You were reactive
Reactive
on
and
very,
emotionally charged.
yeah, very often.
Because of what I've experienced in my life, my reaction has always been to push. My reaction has always been to defend. My reaction has always been to take action. My reaction has always been impatience to get to the next thing. With trading, it's forced me to reflect. It's forced me to be patient for the setups to come for me. I mean, this specific trade, I've been waiting 4 months for this trade to appear as a possibility. And when it appeared, I didn't take the trade straight away. I waited for my confirmations to go in. That is unlike the old version of me. And this is why I personally believe that trading is one of the greatest personal development tools on the planet, because this gives you real-time feedback.
But this is
if
the
you're
thing.
self-reflecting.
It's not for everyone. I can tell you now, I would not do this because it's not my personality at all.
Okay.
I would not super glue my own forehead. If you're not the kind of person to do that, you probably aren't the kind of person to put yourself in this position and do this, because it means you're serious, okay? I think there are different people do it in a different way. This is how you're doing it. But this is a serious...
Look, here's the thing, babe. I'm making regularly in trades. My worst trades are making $20,000 on average. My good trades are making $50 to $60 to $100,000 per trade. And I feel very strongly that whatever future I build, I want it to be built on me and my ability to, when I buy the jet, I must know it's my trades that bought that jet.
Yeah, I know you
when
want
I
to
buy
know that
the yacht, it must be my trade.
Directly out of your brain.
Not because I built a great business and I got people to believe in an idea that I had. Not because I was really charming and got people to like me and got people to buy into my concepts and my ideas. This has to be proof. Empirical proof. I need to see it on the runway. I need to see it floating on the water. And I need to see it with my eyes, that was a direct result where I was able to prove my worth of my ideas and my intellect in the market. And $100,000 per trade is great. $20,000 per trade is great. It's life-changing for us in every way. But I'm not just after life-changing. I'm after being one of the greats. And as one of the greats, I have to see the result directly. I'm not seeing the result directly with 20 grand extra and 100 grand extra. I want to get to that point
where it's uncountable. You're just not counting anymore.
I want to get to that point where these trades reflect my understanding of the market. My understanding of the market, and I've really, through journaling, I've understood this. In terms of market analysis and understanding market structure, I think I have one of the highest scores out of anyone. I've looked at that process, at my accuracy. It's uncanny. I don't just pick out the market structure and the direction, but I actually pick out where the market is going. 90% of the time, in fact, 95% of the time, I'm accurate, and I'm journaling it, I'm tracking it, I'm accurate on it. Where I'm letting myself down, it's this conflict between old me and new me. Old me still plays it safe, even though new me knows that I'm worth taking the risk on. Old me knows that I can pull a guaranteed $5 movement out of the market every time I sit down and I concentrate. I've been doing it a lot lately because I've been creating the Forex courses and I've been running other businesses and I've got all that stuff going on. But if you give me a full day, any day of the week, I will pull $5 from the market. And if I layer on enough capital on that trade, I can make $20,000 to $100,000.
If it happens that you do, like, for example, this doesn't work out, would you lose confidence in yourself and go, I need to not do this again?
No, it's not going to not work out. It will work out. It's not about whether the trade wins or loses.
I understand, but I'm asking, would you lose confidence in yourself,
no.
or are you going to go back and
100%? I will go over again and again and again and again until I figure this out and do it right.
So what you're doing in my head, it sounds like an Olympic sport. Like you're an athlete, and this is your race, and this is the thing you're good at, and the thing you're practicing for.
Yeah.
It's just the way you manage it as well. It's like that.
The problem with these swing trades is not like trades where I can come to the market every day and trade. A swing trade, the big swing trade opportunities come around maybe 2-3 times a year. And you've got to earn the right to take that trade, meaning, yes, you can be an idiot and gamble your own money on it, right? I can go and...
Last call. Would you like to order anything?
Nothing for us, thank you.
So then 4:45, we want to close the shop.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, very soon.
Yeah, perfect.
4:45.
We will be
Thank
out.
you.
Outside all is closed, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you have to earn the right to take these trades, right? You have to earn the right to take these trades. You can gamble your own money on these trades, sure, but that's dumb. So I believe you've got to take lots of these $5 trades that build up equity for me, making $20,000, $100,000 trades. Build a pot that you can go and take these big trades.
So practice.
But well, not just practice, but perfect your method,
Yeah.
right? So it might take me 2 years to become a really amazing swing trader. It might take me 3 years to become a really amazing swing trader, but it's happening. Because if I lose this trade, and it's a very real possibility, and I've in my mind already written off the money, then I just go build up the equity again till the next swing trading opportunity, and I take my swing again, perfecting what I did wrong in the previous trade.
But it could be nothing you've done wrong. You said the market could be the defining
There's
factor.
always a lesson.
Yeah.
There's always a lesson. Upon review, there will always be a lesson. And I will find the lesson. Win or lose, even if I win, there'll be a lesson. Could I have held longer?
And that's the thing. You're trying to perfect your craft. You're trying to,
So I'm a really good
to
momentum
understand
trader.
where you went wrong.
I'm a really good consolidation trader. I'm a really good extended market trader. There's one condition I still haven't mastered, and that's swing trading. Not because I haven't been willing to take the trades, the opportunities just haven't been there. I'm not getting those opportunities. I built the equity, the market conditions provide for it. I've got to take the swing. And this is, like I was saying yesterday, this is our lives. We're in the last 5 minutes. And I can land this one perfect shot. And it could change our lives forever. But if this shot doesn't change our lives forever, I'll take it in the next game when it comes. And I will eventually keep landing that shot. I don't want to be a trader who makes $100,000 per trade. I want to be a trader who makes infinitely more than that, but with the same parameters, the same risk environment, the same mindset, the same everything.
Because you, by nature, are megalomaniac.
You call it megalomaniac. I think it's trying to be the best version of myself with the talents I've been given.
Yeah, just like one of your children. It runs in the family.
So last reflection points. Obviously, being my partner is not easy. It is and it isn't, I think. I think I'm a great provider. I think I do everything necessary to provide the environment for my family to flourish. But
I think you should not make those comments. I should make those comments.
But it's honest.
It's true.
And I'm entirely dedicated to my craft. What would you change about our, not environment, but our makeup as a family, if you could? Or would you leave it exactly like it is and let me do my thing?
When I met you, you weren't a trader. When I met you, you did tell me, no matter what, my business will come first. And I went, what a winner. I'll be left the hell alone. That works for me so well. Because what you're telling me is me providing and being successful will come first. But you made sure that I understood that your family is just as important. You still love us. It's just that you have a job to perform. And if you don't provide, there is no family.
But it's more than that. I cannot give up part of myself to everybody else in that way that allows me to die, because then I'll truly never be the best version of myself for you guys.
Yeah, I understand that. It's you being you.
The guy who buys the Porsche, the guy who buys the Lambo, the guy who buys in the future the jet, the guy in the future buys a yacht. That guy doesn't exist if I'm not authentically 100% who I am.
If you had
And if I killed that off, I wouldn't be able to give of my heart
yes,
to you guys.
this is you. This is you. This is how you are. You business first or trading first. It's you first. That is first, and that is great because it actually. I understand. It makes you, and I totally get that because it works for me. That's why we are well matched. I wouldn't change anything because number one, I love the fact that you have a brain, and that for me is the first thing I looked for in a partner.
Yep.
Does the person have a brain? Yes,
Yeah.
wonderful. And everything follows from that. You have a passion for what you do, whether you were a carpenter or whatever it was. You are putting your heart and soul into this. That means will follow. Our home environment is fantastic because you do what you do, and your job is making sure that everyone else can do their job. Everyone feeds off you.
If there's one thing you could change, what would it be?
About your trading, about you, or our lives in general?
No, about me and my trading. Like,
I wish that it was less taxing on you mentally, because I feel like you think things through quite deeply. I think that's
but you know, I'm on holiday when I'm doing that. Like in my brain, we were saying yesterday, it's like
it might
like
be
my
that you're
version
on
of mental
holiday.
yoga.
It might be that you're on holiday, but you're not present. Like in our lives. We might all be in the same home. We might all be there all day long, but most of the hours in the home are you in your thoughts and you with your screen and you with your research and you solving problems all day. So the time consumed with you doing those things is time that you're not present anywhere else. Even if you're having a meal, you sometimes
are not there.
Not there.
And do you think that's an acceptable price to pay for greatness?
Yes, let me rephrase this. Is it acceptable for us to be on the street? Is it acceptable for us to be hungry? Is it acceptable for us to walk instead of have a mode of transport? Is it acceptable for us not to have an education for the kids? No. And therefore the price is, yes, I'll pay the price. Because at the end of the day, you love us. At the end of the day, you truly want the best for us. I know your intentions.
Can I counter your statement for a second? And again, you and I disagree on a lot of things, but I'd like to offer a different perspective on that. I believe in today's world, men are under a lot of pressure to be like women in many respects, everything. You've got to be the provider as a man. You've also got to be the great family man, the great husband, the great all of those things, right? And a lot of men land up trying to balance all these things at once and land up being not really good at anything, right? I've always chosen to master my craft. I believe it's something for the kids to aspire to in their lives. I think I live as an example for everybody around me. And here's my counter argument. I would say that with you and the kids, if I were more freely available to you, you'd appreciate my time probably less. The time that we have together is truly
valuable because it's so little of it.
And that would be my counter argument. So I feel zero guilt about throwing myself into my craft.
Oh, you shouldn't feel guilt at all. There's nothing to feel guilty. It is the way it is. And all men with such pressure have that kind of life. You cannot be present all the time. It's just, you asked me, and that the reason why I would like you to be more present is not just for us, it's also for yourself. It's also for you to be in your life.
No, I'm happy where I am. I'm doing mental yoga when I'm doing all this stuff.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the concept of this mental.
If my brain isn't applying itself to problems and numbers and global events, I said this to you yesterday, I feel more spiritually and emotionally aligned with everything that's going on in the world because of trading. And the mathematics and the logic behind it give me a sense of place and purpose.
I'm glad you feel like that way because I'm happy for you, and it's something I don't understand. But if you're happy, I'm happy because I'm happy. We are a happy family.
So I always do the outros. I know you kind of forgotten they were here now, which is cool. Please do an outro for us on the video.
So I hope you enjoyed that and you learned something. I'm hardly ever we never ever sit and talk like this. Maybe it was quite boring for people, but if you did enjoy it, just leave a comment, let us know. Sorry about the noise. There's a barista.
Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, I'm going to the subscribe button. There's a barista right here who made the best coconut latte. Hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and share the video to someone that might enjoy it. We have different kinds of content. So sometimes you'll see this talking head about trading. This is the first time you see this. Maybe it's the last. But let us know what you think. And we will see you next time, next week.
Cheers, guys.